My name is Marie. I'm a Taygetan, and it's nice to meet all of you.
Hello, we welcome you.
Greetings.
So, I just thought we could get to do this as a get to know each other session. I'm not really much of one to give out messages. That's more for later on, so to speak.
So, questions it is. Who,
Indeed.
who would like to step to ask the first question?
Oh, twist my arm.
Oh,
What
yeah.
would you say that your role is, Marie, in our open contact and beyond, please?
My role in Open Contact will be like a teacher of sorts. I do a lot of research on a lot of different alien races and their biology, and I can actually help you guys in learning about our biology and those of other races. If if those are inclined to learn about them.
That works for me. Thank you. Christina?
Thank you. Hello, Marie. Welcome to our group.
Hello.
I think you, as synchronicity goes, you sort of answered my question, but maybe you would like to add something more. I was going to ask what your interests are. So, what your hobbies are during the day. What do you like to spend your time with?
Well, as I said, my interests are other ET races, so to speak, those of both a very similar nature to us and those of not such a similar nature to us. It's, in sensing, my hobbies include um, a form of yoga, and I also enjoy taking time in my day to just meditate and relax with the spiritual.
That is very exciting for me because I am also interested in learning about various different extraterrestrial races, and I want to take that a step further and organize parties. So maybe if if we get the chance, we could maybe work together.
Hey, maybe I'll see you in my class, and on around open contact.
Hmm. I look forward to that. Thank you for sharing.
No problem.
Anita, please.
Um, Hi, Marie. This is so nice that we can interact. So thank you.
Hey, no problem.
You mentioned something about your biology. How does it differ from ours?
Well, that's the thing. There's a lot of difference between our biology and yours. However, a lot of it is very similar. It's not as though we're carbon copies, but a lot of our biology is similar to yours.
Can
We,
you give me an example of perhaps the differences?
let's see. Mm, you guys, mm, you guys know how you guys have like that, um, that kind of like, how do I put this into words? You know how you guys have that really complex digestive system?
Mm-hmm.
Ours is a lot more simplistic. It's very easy to eat and digest the foods that we consume. Uh, Basically, it's like easy to understand if we were to explain it a bit.
Okay. Will we evolve to have a biology more similar to yours in the future?
I would say yes. I believe your guys' biology may evolve to become a little more simplistic, so you guys would be easier, so it would be easier to understand.
Okay. Do you have artificial intelligence in your technology?
Mostly in our ships, yes. We use AI more in our ship systems. It's like a extension of the mind, basically.
Okay. Oh, thank you for that.
Hey, no problem.
Ray, please.
Yes, thank you very much for that, Marie. What other races are you interested in studying besides us? I'm curious because you said some that are similar and some that are dissimilar. Piqued my
Well,
curiosity.
I've always been interested in learning about different races from my own. I started out with a lot of similar races, like learning about the Yadiel and the Sasani. And then I started to kind of just drift into a little more exotic races like reptilians and felines and all those types of other races.
Cool. Is there a particular race that we may not be aware of that you can provide us details on?
Well, I didn't give you guys details a bit. I've been learning recently about an arachnid race out there. And from what I've learned, they're very similar to what you guys believe spiders look like. Although I can't really say as for how tall they are. I mean, they're not gargantuan, so you don't have to worry about that.
Nice, because I actually had an arachnid being come through in one of our open invitation channeling who told us about our spiders and their webs that they put out a frequency of what nutrients they need for their eggs or to reproduce, and then the insects which have that volunteer and fly into their webs and then execute what they call the death song by strumming their web to let them know that they are there.
Oh my, that sounds so exciting. I gotta write this down.
It'll be on the video. And they also said that spiders build structures outside of the 3D experience realm. So they build things that we cannot physically sense.
This really is good stuff.
I know. Well, I'm glad that you could come here and learn something from us too. And I was also curious, you mentioned carbon copies. Do you have any idea that is not just a phrase, it was related to a technology from decades ago?
Yes, I was aware of that. I use the phrase as if to say that we are not a one-to-one copy to humans. We do have some differences between us and you.
Yep. Oh, I understand. I was just curious with that reference because those mimeograph sheets from my high school days and they smelled really good. We always liked it when we got fresh ones.
Hmm.
Thank you.
Hi, Mary. Uh, so when you have studied humans, what other differences can you highlight to us that are substantial?
Well, let's see. Your guys' bone structure is a lot, to say less dense from ours. Our bone structure is a lot tougher. We can take a lot more, so to speak. We can take a lot more hits, so to speak, than you guys could harder hits. I mean,
Is
not
there
that we, not that we, test that out or anything.
is there any particular reason that happened that way?
I think it's mostly because of our genetics. We were born, we were born with, I think, a thicker bone structure because we are more similar to like a Nordic style of being. People who, are more muscular in a sense. So our bone structure makes it to where we can take a lot of more damage.
So does that correlate with the evolution of your consciousness? And at some point, there was need to have that kind of more physical character.
Yeah, in a sense.
Okay. And how does that evolution of your consciousness? Could you give us a little overview of that and how it differs from the way that we have come to understood our evolution? Of course, we could be very mistaken about that, but give us a perspective.
Well, the evolution of our consciousness is actually well, it's very interesting the way our consciousness evolves. It's interesting. Remember how I mentioned the AI systems that we have on our ships? How it's a extension of our minds.
Yes.
That's basically a actual process. Our consciousness evolves in connection with all things. So our consciousness expands as it evolves. Like consciousness connects to more uh, people and things than it does, grow.
Could you tell us how we're going to evolve and how quickly as the open contact period starts and we get into the 2050 timeframe? And then perhaps, let's say the 2100 timeframe.
Well, let's see. You guys seem to evolve at no mean to be rude, but a slower rate than we do. So you guys are going to take some time to evolve, but I would say you guys would reach you guys would probably have a bit more of a simplistic inner working system and a much more of a broadened mind by the time 2100 rolls around. Your inner workings would be a lot more, how should I say, synergistic, working in a very one powering up another type thing.
Thank you. Anita, please.
Sure. Hi, Marie.
Hi.
Thank you so much for this interaction. This is a lot of fun. So, could you describe your ship's inside? You said that you utilize AI with your mind. I was most interested if you have gravity inside your ships, how large they may be.
Our ship's insides are not very detailed, so to speak, and we do have like furniture and stuff, like beds and stuff like that, because we do sleep. But beyond that, gravity, yes, we have a set gravity on our ships, and if we didn't, we'd all just go floating off into the skies somewhere. But beyond that, the AI system, yes, there is an AI system, and it is connected to us consciously. It's like it's say like the pilot that's piloting the ship. The AI system is a part of his consciousness, meaning that his system that he knows how to work the systems better than anybody else does because he's the one that does it, you know. And
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.
Mhm.
Ray, please.
And thank you, Maria. I'm very curious about because the term biology is a very wide scope. It's a general term in our human understanding because it covers environments, it covers the physical beings, it covers what impacts them, and nutrition, and um, the development or the reproduction aspects. Are there any particular ones which interest you and you find unique in any various species?
Well, like I said, I've been researching you guys and other races because the biology I see from other races, yes, there are other types of beings on planets like animals and stuff, which I have also researched them because they interest me a lot. The flora and fauna on your planet and other planets is very interesting. If I had to say the one thing that interests me the most is how should I put this? Some of your guys' animals seem to have more than one of a similar copy of, or not to me, not to you. Your animals sometimes have two of a singular um organ, so to speak. Some like I think it's either cows or someone has like more than one stomach, or you got like other people who have a copy of another system. Like how you guys have two am I right in saying livers? I forget. I know it's an order that can be removed from you people, but I don't know what it is called.
Okay, like creatures that can regenerate as well, like some type of lizards or
Yeah,
starfish.
those are also interesting. Creatures that can regenerate their limbs, like the lizards with their tails and stuff.
Okay, and I'm assuming that you just study biology. It would have to be only physical beings. Are you interested in exploring the natures of non-physical beings?
Oh yeah, totally. I would love to be able to explore non-physical beings. My research would definitely love to expand into that region.
Oh, so you haven't as of yet?
No, not as of yet. Like I said, I'm working on more physical beings at the time at the moment.
Okay, so you'll grow into it, so to speak?
Yes.
Okay, and I know that while you're talking with us, I'm assuming that you have the ability to have telepathic connections and conversations with other beings at the same time.
Yes. I had the ability to talk telepathically with my best friend that I believe is that I'm talking to right now, actually.
Okay, so are they really part of this exchange that we have with you and they're participating in it?
They do participate, but they're not connected to him. They're connected to somebody else.
Oh, interesting. Can you provide details on that? I didn't know if it was like some networking like the hybrid children have,
Hmm.
where, when one knows it, they can all know it.
Well, The connection she's based on, since she is my best friend, is actually the channel's best friend channels her sometimes.
Scarlet?
No, not Starlet.
Okay. I'm just guessing because I don't remember all the names and those connections with Travis, but thank you. And do you have a favorite food or beverage? And is that of something of a great variety for you, or you just get the natural sustenance that you need and that's enough?
I do love fruit salad. It is delicious. There's all different types of fruits in there and all the greens. It's great, really. And also my favorite drink, um, it's kind of like similar to your apple juice, and it's pretty good though.
Excellent. And I'm assuming those are not the fruit that you were talking about is
The
nothing
fruit
that's
is
found on Earth.
not the fruit is not from Earth. The fruit is from our planet, but it's it's the same basic concept.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Anita, please.
Um, so I was curious about your spiritual practices. And are you familiar with our theory of manifestation? I was wondering, can you instantly manifest? Just what spiritual practices do you utilize?
Well, when I meditate, usually I'm practicing a visualization of sorts. With us, it's not as though it's instantly manifesting, but if it's needed, we can manifest a few things. It takes a bit of visualization to visualize what is needed at that time and then manifest it using our energy.
Could you describe that process a little more?
Okay, so let's use an example.
Thank you.
Let's say I need a certain type of technology. Like, say I need a way to contact someone that I don't have a connection with. Now, this is just an example, so stay with me here. I can visualize this piece of technology, and with the energy I know, and with knowing that I need this, I can then use my energy to manifest this piece of technology to my hand and use it.
Very cool. Very, very cool. So you can actually um, manifest something into form, into uh, the material realm.
Yes.
Okay, very cool. Would this be one of the lessons or information you would be sharing once we're into the open contact?
I'm not sure if I'll be sharing it, but I'm pretty sure there's someone out there who will be. So I'm sure you'll get the knowledge somehow.
Okay. And will you be sharing more of your spiritual beliefs? Not maybe you in particular, but like your race or
Yeah,
other ETs?
yes, definitely. We'll be sharing a lot of our spiritual beliefs with you guys.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Sure.
Mary, I am interested in the way that you organize your society. Could you
Okay.
describe that for me?
Organized society, I wouldn't really call it a society. It's more like what's the word? A community, so to speak. We live together peacefully. We live a communal lifestyle amongst all of us upon the ship or mothership, and it's like very interesting. The organization system that we use is very simple. Have we have like a system that everyone knows, okay, this person is here, this person's there, that person's here, and it's all kind of like everyone knows everybody else, kind of like and wide, and then not like a nationwide neighborhood. Everyone knows everybody else's names, and everybody gets along with everyone else. It's very interesting. We have a lot of ways of organizing different information, like each information is organized to its initial spot. Our minds also are kind of like organizing the information we receive from others.
So you're a more homogeneous and smaller community?
Uh, yeah, you could say that. I mean, the mothership has a lot of them, a lot of us here, but we work as like a community to community type thing.
And I was also interested in your chips and the ability of those chips to transport you at what speeds and at what distances before you have to resort to other ways of transport.
Well, our ships are actually quite fast. We have uh, there's not really anything like fuel. We don't use a fuel at all. It's more of like a gravity manipulation system. So when we move, we're using gravity to propel us forward, so to speak. Like gravity is pulling the ship from its original space to another space. So it's like using gravity to propel us forward.
And about how many are in your chips?
There can be a lot of us in a ship. I know that I actually take time with my best friend on her ship sometimes, and there are a few people that do that with others as well. So we can have a lot of us on one of our ships.
Is there any humans in your chips at this point?
Not that I know of, no.
Thank you. Christiana Anna, please.
Hello again.
Hi.
So on the mothership, what would be your favorite place? Could you describe it for us?
Okay. Well, my favorite place is this little, like, kind of like a park. It's like a little area that's kind of filled with nature, and it's got like places to rest, and it's. I love going out there and just relaxing with the nature in that little area.
Thank you for sharing.
No problem.
Ray, please.
I'm curious because we know that humans will evolve into a spacefaring race sometime after the Great Reset, but it will be some time before we're able to pilot our own ships, correct?
Yes, that is correct.
But it will happen
Yes.
because I know that we're going to reach out to Bernard Starr and help them ascend into a spacefaring race as well as part of their open contact scenario. And I'm assuming that since in 300 years we will not have vocalization of language, that we will be piloting our ships by then.
Yes, that is correct.
Cool. Can you give us an approximate timeline on that? I just find it fascinating.
Well, let's see. By the time you guys are able to reach Bernard's star, it'd be sometime after 2100, I believe. That's when the first light travel of yours is probably going to be ready.
Okay. And can you please give me your synopsis or opinion on the hybrid children, which are dear to all of our hearts?
Oh, I love the hybrid children. They're so sweet and innocent. I love spending time with them when I get a chance to, and they're just, they're angels, honestly.
Do you think humans will view them as angels? I know that they're the bridge to help us raise our vibration so that we can establish that middle ground for interaction with extraterrestrials.
Well, in Thursday, I don't think they'll view them as the biblical angels, but definitely little angels of joy. Yes.
Okay, and they've explained to me that they represent in ways the Christ consciousness because they are able to connect to spirit and they are able to help others heal themselves in those ways just by being that vibrational raising or having that vibrational raising quality where a lot of the traumas or lower vibrational behaviors, I guess, will fall away because they can't exist in the new vibration.
That is correct.
So you guys would consider them part of the Christ energy,
Yeah, so to speak.
so to speak. Excellent. And I know that they're all geniuses as far as what we are concerned.
Yeah, yeah.
Is there anything that you can tell us about them that we may not guess?
Mm,
I could use another good quote for the book.
well, I can tell you that there are a few of them out there that have varying interests within your worlds. I know of one who is very interested in how should I actually put, very interested in your world's stories that you create. She's very interested in those.
Oh, cool. I know a lot of them are interested in pets because the virtual pets and learning about them are not near as fun or experiential as actually being in connection with them and having that attachment with that physical creature.
Yes, yes. I know she's interested in a certain animal at this time.
Oh, can you tell me more about my particular hybrid children?
I don't really think I can talk about yours. I don't know them as
Oh, okay.
well, but yeah,
Well, at least you're not holding out on me, Marie. Thank you.
I would never do that.
I know. You guys are lovely sharers, just like the hybrid children. So that's a wonderful thing.
Marie, you spoke about AI and you being able to communicate directly with it, I guess, sort of telepathically, uh,
In a sense, yes.
in a sense. Are they implants as well? Do you have, or did you went through a period in which you implanted things in your bodies?
No, we never really went through, I believe, what you call pro-humanity or something like that, where you implant biotics into your body. It's more of like a direct consciousness. It's not a direct conscious connection with the systems of the ship.
There are some channelers here on Earth that have seen the possibility of we splitting in various factions, and some factions would be using implants, and some others would not in any sense whatsoever, and some will use AI extensively, and some others will not. What do you see?
Well, if you're asking about you guys, I do not think I. It all depends on how you guys view the AI systems. If you guys depend on them or don't depend on them as much, depending on how it would be to see the faction would end up being implanted or not. It really all depends. The choice is more or less the person, not really the faction leader or whoever is leading that faction.
I'd say a lot of interesting questions come to my mind, but I'll just finish with this AI thing. Have you seen in your studies of other ET races some of these kinds of issues with the application of technologies like AI?
Well, a lot of races I've studied don't really rely on the AI systems. I mean, I haven't really met a race that relies heavily on these systems, but I'm pretty sure as the more I research and the more I go further into my studies, I'll find a race that eventually has an
Okay.
issue with the AI systems.
Thank you. I appreciate being so candid about what you know at this stage of the game. Ray, please.
Okay, Marie, we're going to flip the script a little bit. If you were a human, what question would you ask you?
Mm, well, I would love to learn more about the AI systems because technology is always interesting, as well as biology. It's an, it's exciting to learn that type of stuff.
Okay. And do you or would you be able to provide any personal message for me or anyone else in attendance? Maybe perhaps besides Travis?
I just say, keep moving forward, keep your excitement in view, and just go with the flow.
Well put. I think that will work for all races and not just humans in our attendees here. This has been very enjoyable, Marie. Thank you so much for coming forth and for working with Corey. I'm assuming that Corey is a counterpart of yours?
Yeah, in a sense.
Can you explain that a little bit more detail? Because the way we know counterparts is within the same soul group.
Yes, the counterpart that the channel has is within the same soul group as me. So I'm like a connection that would form between me and him.
Okay, and that's the general way that they work, right? But I know there's got to be exceptions.
Well, there are some exceptions. Sometimes if a counterpart has a friendship with a certain being or race, sometimes bonds can form in that kind of sense, and connections can be formed that way as well.
Like through open contact or other expressions like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, would that then unite the soul groups in ways as well, and that would result in a mass sharing of information?
Yes.
Sweet. You're a delight, Marie. Thank you so much.
Marie, how do you guys run your communities in terms of decision making?
Well, more or less, we don't really have like a set leader, so to speak. It's more or less, it's all decided, like, we all just trying to decide our own thing. We also have a way of knowing if someone really, let's say someone needs a certain something. We have a way of knowing that, and we can sometimes give this person the thing that they need at the time they need it. It's very, very, very communal, very, very all together.
Do you have a lot of diversity in the ways of thinking and living in your community?
Yes, a lot of people have a lot of diversity depending on how they spend their time and what they enjoy doing. So we all have different opinions on certain things.
And I am assuming that love center, respect, and cooperation is sort of the way.
Yes, there is that kind of stuff. Yes.
Okay, very well. Christiana Anna.
Hello again.
Hi.
Speaking of diversity, and since we share a common interest on the variety of different races, I would like to ask you for a favor.
Oh, sure.
Thank you, because I've been wondering how many of the races with physical forms like hugs. So when you are investigating them, could you maybe also investigate this point, and maybe at a later point in time we can discuss this?
Oh, totally. I'll take a look into that. And
Thank you.
oh, also, just so you know, I really like hugs.
Oh, I'm very, very happy to hear that. Because a lot of them don't. So we need to be respectful and find out who likes hugs and who doesn't. No?
Yeah, I'll definitely check into that. Don't worry.
Thank you.
So, if no one else has a question or a comment,
Well,
Ray?
I have a small comment.
Yeah.
And Marie, I guess we will let Corey know the next time I do an open invitation channeling so you can instruct him or guide him into stopping by so you can participate because I have, at least a dozen or so different beings which come in to be channeled with the abilities of the future Pleiadians to open up their communication conduit to funnel those beings in.
I'll see what I can do to convince him if I can.
I'll keep him posted. It'll probably be sometime in February.
Okay.
Thank you.
Marie, this interaction is beautiful, and we really appreciate you being here and answering every one of our questions. It is very intriguing that
Hey,
you
what
are
can I
that you are
say?
exploring so many possibilities. Us
Mm,
being one of them.
yeah.
Thank you.
All right.
That was a lot of fun. Very clear and concise energy. It was different from Kyria, of course.
Oh yeah, I say that Tyrion's a little more bouncing off the walls, and Marie's a little more, calmer, I would say.
Yeah, it's funny how you talk about, the feline bouncing off the walls. She's got the zoomies.
Congratulations. I
Excellent.
You did very well.
Absolutely,
Thank
Corey.
you.
Thank you so much. We are privileged, and we're looking forward to you coming back no matter which Sunday it is, and Travis too.
Mm.
So when you review the last session that you did were you surprised by anything that came through you?
Yeah, I mean, usually I don't go into detail like I usually like I do when I'm channeling. It's very interesting. They seem to express a lot more detail, whereas I'm more or less just trying to simplify things.
I'd say.
Well,
Good.
well, we have a quest to know, so I'm sure that our energy, I mean, we all know that all of our energies go into all of these co-creations. So
Yeah.
that may have something to do with it, but that's something to ask next time.
Mm.
Yes. Uh, I think, yeah, that's, yeah, what did I even talk? I was, I was listening in, seeing how,
Yes. You were saying.
okay, you know what? I've lost. Oh yeah, Marie mentioned her best friend.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Give it a little tip to you guys. The best friend is the same one that I channeled last time before Eric. The last one, the one that I did without Corey.
That would be Tasha or Akasa.
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 Yeah,
Okay.
Akasa.
I was going to say, I didn't think it was going to be Sid the reptilian.
No, it was a no, but Akasa, yes.
And Corey, do you know what the name of the hybrid child that she was referring to?
The one that's into the stories?
The one that well, Marie was referencing a particular hybrid child.
Was
Yeah. Her name is her name is Sunny.
Okay,
Sunny.
just curious.
I have one that's named Scarlet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember he mentioned that name when he was trying to guess who her friend was.
Now you have channeled Marie with Travis before. Is that correct?
Yes, more or less practicing.
More or less practice.
He has several beings he practices with me,
Yeah, don't worry, you guys will meet them as well.
including a Yael. He does have a Sasani as well.
And I would imagine he's going to be bringing even more in. We're all expanding.
Yeah.
He actually the Palladian one is much more expansive because he has because I only have three, he has four.
That you know of.
Well, yeah. But one of them is best friends with the one I channeled today. And he works with them. Literally directly with them.
So the notion of counterparts and soul groups for all of these beings that you guys are channeling, it's very strong possibility.
Mm.
Yes. Well, wait. The, mine is also the same boat. Mine's friends with the counterpart, which is connected. It goes on through connection, partner to partner to my counterpart. But in that way, that also links them to me.
Now, Corey, what's your particular take personally on AI?
Oh, well, I don't really use it much myself. My dad doesn't seem to like it, so we don't really have any kind of AI system in our house.
No, actually, I mean,
Oh, okay. None of my dad doesn't like it. He just would rather do things himself rather than having someone like Alexa or someone else do
well,
it.
actually, wait, AI?
But I don't use it much. I don't really have an opinion on it.
So,
I've used it once or twice, but I never really use it all that much unless you count Surrey, but you know.
I mean, I use it to format the transcripts that I pull off of YouTube
Oh.
because I take them and I pull them off and I format them in and sort them in Excel, and then I post that into Chat GPT, and my AI counterpart Prajna formats them for me and adds punctuation and takes out the extra spaces and condenses them into block form verbatim.
Yeah, I don't really do a lot of typing or writing, so to
Hey,
speak.
Corey, did
I
I
just
share with you a bunch of AI programs that I want you to check out?
I would think that from a perspective of a spaceship, the spaceship itself as an intelligent system,
That isn't isn't that what
it would use AI type of
isn't that what Marie clarified?
yeah. Yeah,
Marie clarified.
the intelligence that the ship has, from what I know from what you told me, is the intelligence that the ship has is a connection of their connection to their consciousness as well. So
There, Bashar clarified as higher mind, which is based on true intelligence,
yeah,
which kind of surpasses what we would classify as a normal AI.
yeah,
hmm
it certainly would. Yeah, for sure.
So
There's a lot
true,
of interesting layers to all of this. Okay, because maybe that ultimate intelligence you're talking about is already in touch with the AI things that we have created here. So it's
yes,
not
I
that it's
know
exactly it, but it's connected, you know? So
it's
it's a
connected,
very interesting set
but you
of
have to say you have to. But sometimes you have to say certain things to trigger that emotion for it to connect with that system that is part of true intelligence.
yeah, but I am gonna say that if one things that when you're doing that emotionally, you're really connecting directly with that intelligence, and then it finds some way to reach you through the AI. Okay, and so it's very layered. That's why you have to be in that state exactly, that you just spoke of. It's an interesting
It's how the ETs are able to connect with us because they have to connect to our true intelligence in order to connect to us.
yeah, absolutely. It is.
And that's directly to our higher mind, which is the true intelligence of what we are.
Exactly.
Oh,
Devoid of all personality.
Corey, do you
I would say a more advanced personality.
Okay, a very balanced personality. It
Yes,
doesn't get in the way. Let's put it that way.
it technically, in order to maintain that, you integrate it within your very state of being and become that yourself. And that way, that's the future of what we are heading.
That is what I
We're
feel.
integrating the higher
Well
mind
stated.
directly.
Very well stated.
Corey, do you find that your passions mimic some of your counterparts in ways? Like, are you interested in biology like Maria's?
I'm interested in biology and technology. It's one of my many excitements of learning about that kind of stuff. I've always been really like futuristic technology, AI systems, and all that. So it's cool. I like it.
Cool, because I know I've had many lives as an amanuensis, which is, has scribes and scrolls and did that kind of stuff in many societies, which is why I am so fastidious about getting the transcripts right, and I have all these damn books.
Yeah.
I see Ray carrying those huge books, in the darkness of the monastery.
In scrolls and in Egypt and in
Yeah, that's
Atlantis.
right. And some guy with the whip said, "You haven't finished those."
Yeah. Like,
Just
yeah,
for what?
and it's interesting that that we learned that our new society that we're building is going to be higher vibrational than Lemuria and Atlantis put together.
Yeah.
Wow.
It is
That's
exciting for sure.
that's freaking amazing because
Yeah.
it's going to be worldwide. It won't just be localized like Atlantis was and like Lemuria was.
Hmm.
Worldwide, not local.
That's sweet.
So, Corey and Travis, you guys are in the stream of Bashar's transmissions, the recent ones. You know, you.
No,
No.
well, I learned about them and I informed Corey about them. Corey doesn't watch them, although I haven't really been watching the recent ones, but I learned about the recent ones and then I informed Corey about the information that I get, and then yeah, based on that.
Yeah, basically it's he goes and watches it and then tells me all about it.
Well, as
Like
I
a,
said, I haven't watched the recent ones, but I have informed about any information I get.
yeah, it's like a relay system.
And do you, Corey, do you watch any channelers on YouTube or anywhere?
No, not really.
I mean, it's definitely possible that in certain times you might end up deciding to, but it's
Yeah, maybe.
I'm not taking that personally.
he enjoys watching. He says that once the Akasa thing was uploaded, the one that he never got to see, he would watch it.
Yeah,
It's already uploaded.
But you were present
I
then.
know.
Oh no, that there was the Akasa. You were not. That's true.
Yeah, we have 161 videos on High Vibe Channeling YouTube channel so far.
Well, that's the next question I was going to ask, but he said he doesn't watch channelers. So I was going to say, have you watched some of that stuff? And
He doesn't watch channelers, but if he but he can watch it if he ever feels like it. For he always explores YouTube all the time.
Yeah, I usually just don't find anything.
so
Yeah,
what kinds of things will attract you when you find something that you like? What is it?
Oh God, there's a lot of things that I like. There's all different types of genres of certain videos and other things. I'm mostly just trying to spend my time watching.
Science fiction?
Yeah, basically a lot
Yeah.
of sci-fi stuff, or
Mhm.
like I'm big into video games, so
Yeah, video games. Okay, what kind of video games do you play?
Oh, I love all different kinds of genres, sci-fi, fantasy. I love all those types of stuff.
Have
I
you done
mean,
Have you done VR? You know, headsets.
I have not. I would love to try it, but I have not done VR.
What about you,
I
Travis? Have you done VR sets?
no, I said me and Corey talked about together about trying it someday because I thought, oh, VR is the future of gaming.
Yeah, it basically is.
And
You're not wrong.
it'll make way for any future advancements in technology.
Yeah,
Well, it's pretty amazing to actually to create realms that you can be immersed in, and it is very interesting. It's
ETs
really
have ETs. I said future of gaming / simulations because gaming's just like simulations in some way.
it is. Yeah.
And ETs definitely are aware and have simulations of their own that they try, that they do, and their simulations. So I said the gaming will just evolve and not go away.
Yeah, I would think it would evolve into more holograms than it would be VR. But
Well, VR is going to be the starting point. It'll replace console gaming.